Welcome to this week's Guy News. This week we check out Alistair Darling telling fibs to Paxman, and we go into the war room with Eric Tickles. Alistair Darling was rewriting history with Paxman this week, so Guy News presents the Chancellor's 3 Little Fibs.
I did actually say 2 years ago that the downturn was going to be deeper and more profound than most people thought.
I remain optimistic that provided we stick to the course we've set, our economy will continue to grow.
Now, I know some people thought we would see growth in the late summer. I was not one of those people.
Output will continue to fall in the UK for the first 2 quarters of next year. But then, because of the decisions taken in this pre-budget report, I expect it to start to recover.
I did say in the budget last April that I did not expect to see growth until the turn of the year.
I expect to see growth resume towards the end of the year.
Politicians could get away with that kind of memory loss before. Not anymore. Not now that Guido's got his finger on the Google search button. The Tories have been messing up their policy announcements almost every day. Here's Eric Pickles trying to justify himself to Brillo.
Did the idea of prison ships, did that come before the Shadow Cabinet for approval?
Yes, of course.
When?
I'm not taking you into our internal discussions.
Just when?
I mean, come along. You've put up a paper tiger in order for me to demolish.
So can you tell us anything about your policy for prison ships?
We're about to make a serious announcement. We're going to do them in the way that we want to do. We'll be making a series of announcements this week and next week and the week after.
Eric doesn't want us to know how things get decided, but we've got a camera in the war room at CCHQ.
Hello, thumbs. Welcome to another war room briefing from CCHQ with me, Eric Tickles. We're all busy here getting ready to give Labour a good thumping on May the 6th. Before we can do that, we need to put our thumbs out our asses and actually get a policy announcement right. For those of you who are still confused, we definitely won't be putting unmarried couples on prison ships. Now, let me introduce you to a thumb of mine, Rishi.
Yes, my name's Rishi Saha, and it's thumbs up in the world of new media. You can watch the Guy News videos on your iPod or BlackBerry. Simple, just use your thumb.
Well, that is exciting news. Bet that's all we've got time for this week, but tune in again soon for another thumbtastic briefing. Goodbye.
Nothing to report here. Very dull. Nothing going on. You know, I didn't join the lobby so I could spend my weeks in the desert parched. Back to the studio.
And finally,
Here's your moment of zen.
This nation is like a drunk man who, instead of recognising at some point he's going to have to get a hangover, has just had the hair of the dog. At some point, we are going to have to go through this hangover, and spending cuts like this really are no way to... spending cuts, just ignoring them as they're doing, and to have this same competition on the centre ground for all the political parties that are saying effectively the same thing. They pretend, Labour and the Conservatives pretend that there are significant differences between them, and there really are.
But Ben Bradshaw says every country in the world and the UN, goodness knows, anyone you care to name, recommends this. That everybody's right.
I don't care.
The same thing.
I mean, I don't...
You don't care? I'll come back to you. Jenny Tong.